back to another episode of Revealing Biblical Truths. In the last video, we looked at the site of the Red Sea crossing, as well as the rock at Rephidim and Mount Sinai. Today, we'll be continuing the series and looking at another site, the site of Sodom and Gomorrah. For those who don't know the story, there were several cities of the plain on the Dead Sea, and two of them were known as Sodom and Gomorrah. In this picture, you can see the Dead Sea with Sodom and Gomorrah being on the south side of the Dead Sea. These cities were what Abraham was fighting against. The people of these cities were very wicked and were involved in all kinds of sexual sins, including fornication and homosexuality. This is where the term sodomite comes from. And now we present Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's look at the scriptures to see what it has to say. Abraham, dwelling in the land of Canaan, and Lot, dwelling in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were evil and sinned before Yahweh, exceedingly so. Yahweh was going to destroy these cities because of their wickedness, but Abraham pleaded with Yah to change his mind. And Abraham drew near and said, "Would you destroy the righteous with the wrong? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city. Would you also destroy this place and not spare it for the 50 righteous that were in it?" And Yahweh said, "If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I shall spare all the place for their sakes." But unfortunately, there were not 50 righteous in the city. Abraham continued to beg and plead and bargain with Yah to spare the city, but at the end of it, there weren't even 10 righteous people in the city. So, Yah sent 2 angels to destroy the whole city. And the men said to Lot, "Have you anyone else here? A son-in-law and your sons, and your daughters, and whomever you have in the city, bring them out of this place, for we are going to destroy this place, because the cry against them has grown so great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh has sent us to destroy it." And it came to be, when they had brought them outside, that he said, "Escape for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be consumed." And Yahweh rained sulfur and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah from Yahweh out of the heavens. So he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and what grew on the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Now that we've seen what the scripture says, let's look at the evidence and see what has been found. This first picture is of the city of Admah, one of the cities of the plain. Multiple door openings into open chambers on a horizontal plane shows man-made construction. This next picture is an arched opening with square inserts. These used to be limestone buildings, but now it's just ashes. The next ones are looking out from an arched opening. This one shows light-colored formations which can be seen near the Dead Sea. And here is a ziggurat standing in the middle of ashen ruins in Gomorrah. You can also see government signs with a gate preventing entry. Now Josephus, the Jewish historian, was able to see these cities as well. He said the traces or shadows of the 5 cities are still to be seen. Here are 2 examples of sulfur balls. The left one is brimstone with a burned hardened shell that has unburned sulfur inside, and next to it is brimstone without a burned shell. The brimstone here is 96 to 98% sulfur with trace amounts of magnesium, which burns extremely hot. Here we see the extremely high burning temperature creating a multi-shaded layering of ash that was formed by thermal ionization caused by electrons repelling and attracting, creating a swirling effect in the remains. In this picture we can see a ziggurat and a tower on the right. Fascinating. Here's another picture of a ziggurat. In this one you can see 90-degree angles extending out from a wall demonstrating man-made construction. This picture is of a sphinx-like formation on a raised platform about 40 feet long and was made from two different materials than the platform. And finally, here is a picture of what some seem to think is Lot's wife, who was turned into a pillar of salt. It's very exciting stuff. So many of the biblical sites are still standing and showing us evidence of the Bible's accuracy, and also a living example of what can happen when Yahweh's people give in to wickedness and idolatry if they don't turn. If you enjoyed this, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Shalom.